Guys, I'm back with another tutorial video. This one is going to be the next in the OpenGL series, but what's going to be different is I'm scrapping using Win32. I already showed how to set up OpenGL for Win32, so there's really nothing more on that topic that I need to discuss. So from now on, we're going to be using something called SFML, which stands for Simple Fast Multimedia Library. Now, some of you may know what SFML is because it's kind of all-purpose C++ library to create simple games, etc. But it can also just be used for its Windows system and its audio and networking. And then you can use your own OpenGL renderer or even DirectX because the creator wrote in functionality for you to get a system handle, like the native system handle, depending on what OS you're on. So if you're on Linux, you'd have the X Window system handle. On Windows, it's a Win32H window, so a handle to a window. And on Mac, I'm not even sure. It's Coco's. I don't know what the Windows system is specifically there, but I'm not a Mac person. So to start, what I'm going to do is create a new project, starting from scratch. Okay, so what this is going to be, we're not making an SDL app. We're going to make a empty project. I'm going to make it in a tutorials folder. I'm going to call this SFML1. It's the first tutorial on SFML. Get this set up. Now there will be some stuff while this is loading up. Glue, which I've discussed. Please watch the Win32 video. Just even if you're not using, like you're on Linux or something, because this still applies to Linux. You're gonna need your own glue and a bunch of other utility libraries for OpenGL. And I'm not gonna go through the process of getting those. So we're just going to create a new item, main, just call it main, CPP file. Okay, here we're just going to do the int main, turn 1, or no, 0. Anything other than 0 is an error code. I don't know why, I just wanted to return 1 for some reason. And now let's talk about SFML. So here's SFML. Let me close these. SFML is, as you can see, simple and fast multimedia library. Now, there are, as you can see, there's C++ bindings, C, Ruby, Python, .NET. We're going to be using the C++ bindings. So if you go to download, you just click SFML 2.1, and then you'll have for your different operating systems. Now, if you're on Linux, you'll download the GCC one, depending on what type of processor you have, 32-bit or 64-bit architecture, you choose the correct one. Now for Windows, which I'm on, you choose which Visual Studio version you have. He only has versions up to 2012, so sorry if you're using 2013. It'll probably still work. So download that. Now if you download this, it'll be well, let's just download it. I'm just going to click open with. Eventually it'll open it. And what you'll have is this folder, and in here you'll have include, which has all the HPP and header files. Library, all the libraries, library files they need in there. So what you're going to do is extract this somewhere, and we're going to link to this. So my location for my SFML is, I'm not sure if it's in here. Nope, it's on there. It's in here somewhere, I think. SFML 2.1. So we're going to go into properties. Now if you've watched some of my other tutorials, I've covered this before. We're in debug. I'm only going to worry about debug now. But we're actually, no, all configurations. We're going to hit them all right now. So for include directory, you're going to add, go to where your SFML folder was extracted, go to include and just select the include folder. So you have that. Now for library, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to where that was stored, SFML 2.1, library, set that up. So now in linker, we're going to have to link to some stuff. Now let's go to this folder again. In bin, here are the DLL files that you're going to need. Now, as you can see, there's some that have D's in them. That's for debug. So these are specifically compiled for debug versions. So for our debug build, we're going to want to select all of these. Now, if you're only concerned with audio, using SFML for audio, SFML for network, you can just select those, but we're just going to select all of them, the full SFML set. And we're going to select OpenGL 32 and libsnd file. Not sure what that one does. OpenGL is needed for the audio package. So we're going to copy these. Then I'm going to open up a File Explorer again. I'm going to go to where my project saved. And first I'm just going to hit apply. So, and then run to debug. And it should be fine. Should run and everything. So now I have a debug folder here, and that's where the debug version of the application is built. I'm going to paste in all of these DLL files into the debug folder. Make sure the debug versions are in there. These are the same. So I'm going to do the same thing for release. I'm going to build a release version. So there's that. And I'm going to paste in, and I'm going to delete or cut, or actually delete, yeah, the debug version. So we still have OpenGL and this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go get all the release versions, so the ones without the D in them. That's what we're going to get. And we're going to copy, paste those into here. Another thing we're going to need is glue. You're going to need the glue DLL. So for that, I never am quite sure where I put that, so I'm just going to go into one of my other projects that I have that I know has it in it. See glue 32. If you download glue go to like the OpenGL homepage, and you'll find a link for it somewhere. Just gotta do some searching. And then go back, portfolio, tutorials, debug, paste in glue. Glue is used to load in all the correct extensions, function extensions for whatever platform you're on, based on Windows or Linux, etc. So it's very important and very needed. Otherwise, you'd have to import them yourself by hand. So don't do that. Okay, so there we go. So that should be set up. Now we just got to do the linker. So for input, what we're going to do is SFML window 2 dot library. I think that's what we need. No. It's implied that it's the second version, so all you have to do is do that. So just put these in. I'm just going to include everything. We're going to actually no, I'm not going to include the networking because we're not going to be using it, but I will include Windows system and also graphics. So also glue32.library I got to include, OpenGL 32.library I think as well. Yeah, I think maybe that as well. Glue 32.library. I don't know. We can try it. See if it runs. If it errors out, nope, seems to be good. So let's write our first SFML application to just display a window. And you'll see how much less code this is than the Win32 equivalent was. And this is cross-platform, by the way. You write this code once, compile it on whatever platform you want, and it runs. So it's much better. So SFML window.hpp. We're going to need also SFML system.hpp. Now let's see if if this runs, then it should be fine. Okay. So first off, every SFML type is in the namespace SF. So we have SF window. So we're going to create a window. Now what this window takes is what's called a video mode, which generally basically has information about the screen dimensions of your window and some other attributes like pixel depths and stuff like that, but we're just gonna ignore that and add a title. So there you go. So now you have a window object. So now we need our application loop. So all you got to do is go while window.isOpen and then create an event object, and then go while window.pullEvent, then pass in. Actually, no, you don't have to do that because it passes by reference anyway. Thinking of STL, confusing. And then you just go if e.type equals SF event closed window.close, and there you go. That's literally all you need. So if we were to run this right now, it breaks because it says SFML window debug 2.dll is missing. Well, they are big liars because we have it right in here, I think. Yeah. So what I think it's probably having a problem with is because I did the linker, I screwed up, and we only did the we only included these in here. So I'm just gonna omit the other ones for a second and go into debug. Actually, we have to delete all of these because these are the debug versions. So just take all this, cut it out, apply, and go into debug. Always make sure that you're in the right configuration when you do this. Already screwing stuff up, but whatever. It's all in a day's work doing stuff. So oh yeah, we're in release again, like an idiot. And there you go. There's your window. So compiling debug. You get your window. It's resizable. There's a way to make it non-resizable by passing in a type. So we can do that right now. This takes a yeah. Style. I think it's oh wait, no, SF style. I'm just going with this. So if it's just SF style close, it yep, there we go. So now it's not resizable. Can't resize it. you can only minimize it, and open it, and then close it. So there you go. So that's the basics of an introduction to SFML opening a window. Now, if you want to get OpenGL set up in here, it's very, very easy. So it's already pretty much set up. All you have to do is include I think, yeah, but let's see, look at the external dependencies. Let's go look into open o I think it's opengl.hpp. Let's see if this works. So we're down here. You're gonna want to do window dot display. Now, what window.display does is it swaps the buffers, so it presents swaps the back and front buffers. So you draw here, and then present it. So, GL color buffer bit. So we're just going to do a basic clearing of the screen. So we're going to set GL clear color to like red, and then we're just going to clear. And if we included the right libraries and everything, this should work, and it works fine. So there you go. That's the first quick tutorial in SFML. Next tutorial, we can wrap this up in a useful class that we can extend for games and such. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.